This is One on One. Welcome back. We are talking with Ryck Suydam, who is president of the New Jersey Farm Bureau and also the owner and operator of Suydam Farms. How you doing, Ryck?
Doing pretty good, Steve.
We were talking right before you got on the air. Your family has some history in coming to this country and in farming. Go ahead, break it down.
Well, it's a long history, but I'll give you the short story.
Sure.
When two brothers left Holland in 1663, they landed in Brooklyn.
Right.
And they created the name Suydam, meaning south of the dam, which is where their farm was back in Holland. And after 50 years in Brooklyn, one line moved out to Somerset County, New Jersey, and we've been farming in the same place now 303 years.
You are a 12th generation farmer.
Yep.
What's that like?
Sometimes,
what do you mean laughing?
Sometimes it's pretty lonely.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's hard work farming, and it's it's 7 days a week.
Well, why 7?
Animals got to eat.
7 days.
Yeah, they got to eat every day. You got to take care of them. You got to take care of your property and your crops. So there's a lot of work involved. But a 12th generation farmer, luckily I had great teachers in my father and my grandfather. So I learned a lot, and we keep going and we keep evolving, and that's why farm families survive in New Jersey is by evolving with the industry and the needs of the people in New Jersey.
Break down the Farm Bureau. What is it?
New Jersey Farm Bureau. We are not the government. Sounds like it.
Yeah, it sounds like the government.
But we're not.
It's not the Department of Agriculture.
No, the Department of Agriculture is the state of New Jersey.
Right.
And there's also the USDA.
Yes.
But the New Jersey Farm Bureau is a grassroots member organization that advocates, we're independent from government. We advocate on behalf of agriculture all over New Jersey, north, south, big, small, all kinds of commodities, whether it's aquaculture and growing oysters or cranberries or chickens, horticulture, which is the biggest part of ag in New Jersey. And Farm Bureau works on their behalf both in Trenton and in Washington to kind of keep government out of the way.
Give us an example of what you would potentially be advocating for or against on behalf of farmers.
Well,
agriculture.
Property rights are a big deal. In New Jersey, you're familiar with farmland assessment, which was a big deal. Reduced taxes on properties that are actively farmed. Now, in the last couple of years, there was a lot of discussion about people who were cheating the system. You know, rich people who only grew a couple of Christmas trees and got away with this big tax break.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, I think it is. Those that are actively farming and producing a crop should get a discount on their property tax. It's like we like to say at Farm Bureau, cows don't go to school. So the impact of an agricultural land base is very small on a township. Actually, it's cash positive. Again, cows don't go to school. Even though it's farmland assessed, we still pay the same property tax on all the improvements like the houses, the barns, et cetera.
So why does it bother you if somebody, a celebrity or otherwise, has some firewood and they can justify with the government and say we have enough firewood to say we should get an agricultural tax break?
If they meet the rules, they meet the thresholds.
Should the rules be changed?
Well, they just were. They were just increased from a minimum of $500 on your first 5 acres to $1,000 on your gross.
Go ahead.
Don't mean you have to make a profit.
Right.
But they had to at least produce some kind of agricultural product and meet that threshold. If they do that, I'm fine with it, because then they're doing the work.
Agriculture is the 4th largest, industry?
Industry in the state of New Jersey. It's horticulture, as I mentioned earlier, is the biggest part. We're talking about dollars, not necessarily in people.
Right.
Because we do an awful lot in agriculture with a small number of people. But you include the nursery and all the food products, and then improving that food. You may be taking it from cranberries and turning it to cranberry juice. But all of that involves, I don't have the numbers, it was over 60,000 people employed directly in food production. And then when you do improvements to that food, the numbers go a lot higher.
Wine growers in there too?
Yes.
So let me ask you something. What don't the rest of us who are not involved in farming agriculture, what don't most of us get or understand about farming? Because we like to eat and we like to drink.
Every day. I learned earlier you're not much of a gardener.
Oh, come on, because all All right, Ryck saw the gardening segment. You're right, I don't. I grew up in Newark.
That's okay.
That's not an excuse. I'm just saying.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
may not be a gardener, but I'm sure you like gardening. You like fresh produce.
Absolutely.
Yes, what New Jerseyans don't get?
Most of us, or
You know
many,
what?
I should say.
I tell you, New Jerseyans, not just New Jerseyans, but people are more connected to agriculture than they even knew. We did a Fairleigh Dickinson poll at Farm Bureau, and 80% of New Jerseyans, at least once a year, some have contact with a farm, whether going to a farm market or a farmer's market in Newark.
That's right.
Or others, that they're connecting. You ask what people don't know. Maybe they don't know that we work 7 days a week. And I love it. I'm not complaining.
Do they know your average day?
Probably. They know that we get up early and we work late, and that we also turn on the lights so that we could work at night.
How hands-on are you?
I get dirty. I got dressed up for you today.
That's not your normal?
No, not every day. But New Jersey farmers have to do both. They have to be able to get dirty and be a businessman, because it is business.
Or woman.
That's why you mentioned it's the fourth largest industry. Farming is business in New Jersey.
You're a businessman and you're hands-on as a farmer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you, I'm curious about this. 12th generation, right?
Yes.
Did you have any other choice?
Yeah,
Could you have said, I want to sell insurance?
Yes, and I actually do. But
What? I
happen to be a partner in an insurance agency.
I threw that out there. I had no idea.
I have that look.
No, you don't. I just said, is it
No.
in your blood?
Yes, it is. I was the only son, and I grew up on that farm. At 6 years old, I was carrying milk for calves, to feed calves, and I started driving in the fields when I was 9, I believe, harvesting hay. Did I have a choice? Absolutely. And I was able to do both, and I love it.
Will it continue?
Yes.
What's going on after this generation?
Still working on that one.
Okay. Ryck Suydam, an incredible family, incredible history. Originally from Holland, Brooklyn, over to Somerset County.
Yeah.
President, New Jersey Farm Bureau, and the owner-operator of Suydam Farms. Ryck, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
Let me come out there and get my hands dirty.
Actually, I wanted to invite you and invite
I can handle it?
your viewership to come out.
You think we could do that?
Yes.
Do you wear
come
gloves?
to the farm. There's
Rubber gloves?
Yeah, I'll get you gloves.
Oh, come on, you kid. We'll be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, NJM, Virtua, Seton Hall University, Qualcare Inc., New Jersey Sharing Network, and by Partners for Health Foundation. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.